In this video, I'll share you the 3 things that you need to look for in every potential influencer that you look to hire. And if one of them is not present, you probably do not want to hire the influencer. The 3 things are...
This video is brought to you by EpiPies Academy.
So the first one is they have to be really well targeted to what your audience is. The second is they have to get a significant volume of traffic, and they have to have significant engagement on their posts, because if they don't, it's a sign that maybe they're buying traffic or they're faking the size or the quality of their audience. And of course, you have to gauge these 3 items, and they're not black and white, they're gray area. So you sometimes don't know, well, how well targeted are some accounts? It's not a precise science. How much engagement are you going to get on a post where they're going to promote you? Well, that's going to happen in the future. You don't know. So it's an inexact science. It's a gray area. So let's look at how to gauge influencers, and also, of course, once you gauge them, how to tell how much it's worth for you to promote through them. So let's look at my YouTube channel first. I'm not promoting my YouTube channel here. This is just for me to give you an example that I know really well. So if we look at my YouTube channel, it's reasonable. At the moment of this filming, I have over 3 million views and I have over 30,000 subscribers. So you can say, okay, Alex is a okay influencer in business, right? I'm not like Bill Gates or Mark Cuban, but I have some audience. So once you have that, what you want to do is look at the videos. You go to the videos and you need to see how many views are recent posts getting. So you see, one day ago I posted one, I got 76 views. A week ago I got 95. 2 weeks ago I posted, I got 83. So it's like 100 views, let's say, early. And then the next one I posted was 8 months ago. So you can say, oh, Alex is not regularly active on this. That's a bad sign in a way. It's not a killer, but it's a little bit of a bad sign. And you do see that I consistently get, for the older videos, I consistently get over 1,000 or more views. In fact, this one has 14,000. This one has 24,000. So some of the videos, they get pretty good numbers of views, and then some videos don't, right? So like some videos, like this one with the 15 law firm marketing strategies, has 10,000 views and it's going strong, but most of them are just okay. So you can probably like expect 1,000 people over a year, let's say. That would be reasonable. And then first of all, you compare that. Well, to get 1,000 people through ads, how much is that? What's the equivalent? How much would you pay? So that kind of gives you a barometer. Of course, to have an influencer promote you is a little more costly, because unlike with ads, with me comes a little branding and things like that. So my views are more targeted. They're warmer views because supposedly it's my traffic. They trust me. So my views are worth more. They're better traffic than cold ad traffic. But comparing to what you could get through ads is an initial barometer. After that, what you want to do is you want to click on any video, or usually in your case, you would click on like the last few. And what you would do is see how many people are commenting on the videos. If nobody's commenting, that's a bad sign. In my case, see, I have 4 comments and then like I reply to them and all that, right? So it's an early video and I have some comments. Now you don't know, but actually I encouraged people to comment. So these are not like organic comments. I just asked them, hey guys, please comment. So you don't know if I bought views, let's say for this 14,000 view times view video, or this video with 24,000, you don't know if I bought the views, and you also don't know if I ask people to comment to fake engagement, you see. And what most professional influencers do is whether they get traffic to their content or not, they run ads. If it's on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, whatever, they run ads to their content so that it looks like every piece of content gets a good engagement. So if you're a naive buyer of their influencer traffic, you're like, oh yeah, cool, you know, they get a lot of views, let's go for it. And so sometimes the rates are expensive. So like for me, some of the videos here, they are actually influencer marketing videos where people hired me, and I charge something like $200 $250, $300 to create the video and post it. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not worth it. Sure, I usually take the money, but you want to be careful. Also, what you want to do is take a look at what the channel is about. If you look here, I talk about apps, I talk about Udemy, I talk about business planning, books, I talk about passive income, SEO. It's not focused. So these 30,000 subscribers, there's not a single focus. Remember how I was talking about targeting? There's not I don't target people well. It's a little bit too broad. So if you wanted to promote books, well, only a section of my audience is about that. So my channel, I actually would honestly say, is not a good one to get hired as an influencer because one, there's not enough traffic, and two, it's not that well targeted. It's a little bit all over the place. And also there's a big range in the videos. The one reason to hire me is because some of my videos do get like 50,000 views, 20,000 views, 50,000 views. So if over 5 years, if you're open to having that possibility, I can actually do that. And I've done that for some people, but that's rare. And you're taking a chance. I can't guarantee that. That's me. Now let's take a look at like some Instagram people that we don't know. And let's see if we'd like to advertise with them. So I was clicking through Instagram directory and I found random people that I don't know. I've never seen this person until before today. Let's examine them and see if we want to advertise. They have this Haiti world. I don't know who they are. They don't quite put their face on it. But at the same time, you see, it's a promotional Instagram, right? Like they promote what looks to be men's accessories like watches, wallets, some kind of like jewelry. Maybe it's not just men's, but it looks like mostly for men's. All right, so it's men's accessories. If you're a stylish man, all right, this is for you. Now, what happens if we look at one post? And by the way, so they have a lot of posts, which looks like they're trying hard and maybe they're getting paid to do them. And I think you see they have their contact information so that I think it does look like they're open to advertising other people's products. So let's see that a post like this, 11 hearts, 10 hearts, 13 hearts, 12 hearts out of 37,000 people. That's unreal. Looks really fake, right? On the one hand, it looks great. Like pictures are very nice. Everything's great. Products look pretty professional, but the level of engagement is what you would expect if they had about 100 followers, not 37,000 followers. So I would not advertise here. This person looks like total fake, yeah? Because you can tell there's no engagement. I just keep scrolling and it's about the same amount of engagement, 12 hearts, 12 hearts. Now they could have bought this, right? They're just not smart enough to have bought the engagement because they could have run ads to this. And if they had less posts, fewer posts, they have way too many posts because they cannot buy engagement for all the posts. But if they had fewer posts, way fewer posts, but each post had like maybe 100 likes or 200 likes or something like that, first of all, those likes could go to their traffic. I mean, those likes could also become their followers if they ran ads. But also, I'd maybe have a higher chance to fall for it, and I'd pay to them to post a promotion for my product. So these guys didn't really hide well that they're faking. Let's look at another one. So here's another random account. Again, 37,000 followers, looks pretty good. But look at this. It's funny, right? Follow us for funny stuff. Funny, everybody likes funny. It's not targeted. So entertainment, funny stuff. If you have a specific product, it might not be a match. If you're a comedian, great. Or if you have your own funny channel, maybe this is good. But it's not targeted. It's all over the place. Now, if we look at, again, the engagement, we see that, there's more likes and some of the posts have comments. It actually looks like a much more real audience and they're engaged. Now, they're not engaged incredibly. So if I'm looking for traffic, I'd pay maybe $10, $20, $30 for this person to promote just because I know that probably I'm not going to generate any sales, but I know that if I'm looking for maybe a little bit of a boost in my social sharing, a little bit of a boost in my followers and boosting little metrics like that, I'd probably pay for that, but I wouldn't go further. Let's look at another one. Now, here's another account, which I actually know the person who runs this, and that person, he posts every day and he loves MLS. So this account is This Week in MLS. And he's got a lot of posts and he's got really true natural engagement. Let's look at it. So a post he made recently, look at this, 1,000 likes, hearts and 23 comments. Almost the same engagement here, almost the same engagement here, except there's like a lot of engagement. So you see, this is real. This is a real account with a real strong follower base. And you'll notice that the number of followers is approximately the same as those fake accounts that we just saw, but this is actually a real one. And this person, I know he actually gets sponsors from legitimate brands and he promotes them at times. So you're going to be able to get sales. If you, let's say you have something soccer related or MLS related, you're going to get sales. Now, if you promote tennis, you're not going to get any sales. Even though it's sports, it's not that targeted. And certainly if you promote something about cooking, this is just not going to be a fit. They're not going to take you on as a client. But if you sell anything like soccer related, MLS related, anything like that, it's very likely that if you pitch them, you will be able to work with them and pay them. I don't actually know what their rates are, but if you can get a post for like $100, $200, probably worth it because this audience is engaged. The only question for you is, does what you offer make sense for their audience? If it makes sense for their audience, some of their audience will probably take an interest and buy. If it does not make sense for their audience will ignore this because it doesn't make sense. So it's actually sometimes not the fault of the influencer, it's the fault of the buyer of the traffic because the buyer just advertised in the wrong account to the wrong traffic. So remember that targeting, one of the 3 points to look for, extreme accurate targeting. And that's your job. The influencer, they'll take your money. So you actually have to make sure that the audience they're targeting is a really strong fit for the audience you're targeting. Otherwise, your promotional post is going to fail. You're going to wonder why, but it actually wasn't the influencer's fault. And often the size of the audience is not the deciding factor. It's the level of engagement that's actually more important, and the narrowness of the targeting. Like if this was about all soccer, it's much broader than just MLS soccer, which is United States soccer. So this is actually quite narrowly targeted. And that's why if you have something for United States soccer related, this will be good. But if you're promoting something like in Europe, well, half of the audience probably maybe doesn't care. Half of the audience probably does. But as soon as you step away from the bullseye of the targeting, your promotional post will begin to lose effectiveness. And that's something that you really have to be careful of.